Late-breaking coverage of flooding all across the Tucson area. Our roads and washes are taking the worst of this, and all day emergency crews have been responding to swift water rescues all across the city.
And the fast-moving water turns deadly on the southeast side. A woman killed after she swept away in her car by a flooded wash.
And to our north, Phoenix is trying to dry out from record rain, which has been flooding roads and stranding cars. Governor Jan Brewer is declaring a statewide emergency.
And happening now, Tucson city officials are telling people to stay away from the Santa Cruz River as it rises and poses more threats to anyone who gets too close.
And we have several crews all over Tucson covering this flooding and how it's causing major troubles for us. We start our live team coverage with KOLD News 13's J.D. Wallace. J.D.
Tracy, you can see that the Tucson police have put tape up along the Santa Cruz River to try to keep people away from the banks. They're even on hand as I speak, trying to make sure that pedestrians understand they should not be standing on the banks of the Santa Cruz right now because the banks could collapse from all the water running through the river right now. And if you take a look over here, you might be able to see on the sidewalk here the U.S. Geological Survey actually dropping measurement devices into the water as we speak. They're trying to measure the flow so that they can check if their flow meters along the river are accurate right now. Now back over here to the river, the reason that they're concerned, as well as our city officials, is that they say they don't believe the river has actually peaked yet, that more water could be on its way from Santa Cruz County, and that is the concern about the banks as well as the bridges. The bridges have not been closed along the Santa Cruz River. However, that could happen, and that is something that, if it does happen, Tucson Fire and Tucson Police will be letting people know on social media. They'll be telling us, the media, so that we'll keep you informed on air as well as on TucsonNewsNow.com and on the Tucson News Now app, as well as through our own social media channels. However, they also had to send city employees home early today, about 3:15, because they wanted to make sure that employees could get home if they needed to avoid any sort of closures right now. Once again, though, we will keep you updated should any of the bridges close, and they're once again urging people, don't come down to the Santa Cruz River and check it out right now because it can be dangerous along the banks. They're also concerned about the CDO wash and whether or not that has actually reached its full potential. So the bottom line is to stay away from running water throughout the evening. Now, KOLD News 13's Colton Schoen joins us live farther south along the Santa Cruz River with some people who might be doing something that is recommended to not be done, hang out and look at their water, unless they're doing that safely. Are they being safe right now, Colton?
Well, JD, there are several people who are pulling over actually at a business complex where I'm parked at and walking down to the Santa Cruz River wash just several hundred yards behind me. Now take a look at the video of the wash. As you have previously seen, the water is moving very quickly, it's moving very fast, and the water is actually covered from bank to bank, and it looks to be at least a couple of feet. Very fast moving water here. Now several people are pulling over, they're going out here taking pictures, some of them even bringing their children. I talked to a couple of them, and they say that they actually think this is pretty cool. None of them were really aware of that alert that Tucson is asking people not to do, is not going by the banks, which they are doing, and not going by the bridges. So just to reiterate what JD had just reported, Tucson is asking people not to go to any bridges because they're worried about the structural stability of it. It could give way, and also to stay away from the banks because that could also be potentially dangerous. Reporting live in the south side, I'm Colton Schoen, KOLD News 13, live local late breaking.
Thanks, Colton, and the rain may not be over yet.
Yeah, let's get the latest now from First Alert Chief Meteorologist Kevin Jeans.
Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, still a lot of flood alerts to show you right now. We still have a flood warning into effect that has to do with the CDO and the Santa Cruz River that we were just talking about. Also, flash flood warning still into effect north of Tombstone, just west of Pierce, up along I-10 near Wilcox Playa. This flash flood warning stays into effect until 6:30. And this is what we're looking at now on First Alert Doppler Live. This is just over the past hour. It's moving to the north and northeast, and the rain is not very heavy anymore. It's over Cochise County. We'll get back to the rain in just a moment. A closer look, though, at where our flood warning is. This one stays into effect until 8:45, and this is because of what we just mentioned, the Santa Cruz River and also the CDO. That's what we're watching for. Still, even though it has fallen, the water level has fallen dramatically. Could still go back up, as we're saying, but it was around 25,000, that's cubic feet per second, Right now, it's about 4,500. That's just at Valencia, though, and so the water continues to move from south to north. But on the CDO, right now, it's about 1,500 cubic feet per second. That was down from at least its peak earlier today, around 10,000 cubic feet per second. So we're still talking about water in the washes and on the roads. Latest check on radar, most of it over eastern, northeastern Cochise County right now. Could see more showers, though, tonight. I'll have more details coming up in your forecast. Right now, Dan, back over to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Kevin. And we have some more late-breaking team coverage. Monsoon flooding kills a woman. It happened this morning on the southeast side when high water swept her car away. Now, Tucson Fire got a call to the area right next to Palo Verde High School near 22nd and Cold. But they found the woman dead in her car several blocks away at the Alamo Wash down the street. KOLD News 13's Craig Reck joins us live from the scene with more. Craig?
Dan, I can tell you the Alamo Wash is still running, but nothing like it was earlier today. Fire crews report that this water was close to 12 feet deep whenever they first responded. Now, when that initial call came in, it was for this area around Calle Beetlejuice near Palo Verde High School, like you mentioned. And when they got here, they couldn't even see a car in the water. But there was someone nearby, a witness, that told them, no, there is a car under there. There's a woman inside, and it was stuck here at the bridge right next to me. But by the time they grabbed their gear, they went to grab her. The car was pushed underneath the bridge because the water was pushing so strong and so fast, it swept the car a few blocks away towards 22nd Street, and that's where fire crews were finally able to get to her once the water receded. Like I said, close to 12 feet deep. And I can tell you, looking at it right now, there's still debris on this bridge here to give you an idea of how high that water was, how strong it was moving. And sadly, today we have to report that one woman died because of these monsoon storms. And like I mentioned, swept her all the way down a few blocks away towards 22nd Street. Reporting live, Craig Reck, KOLD News 13, live local late break.
All right, can't stress how dangerous it is out there. Thank you so much, Craig. And more late breaking news. We are learning about another death from a flooded wash. This one happened in Pinal County in the Cadillac Wash near Oracle Junction. Pinal County Sheriff's deputies tell us that a woman died after she and her husband drove into the water. The husband is all right after he made it out, but Pinal County deputies say the wife was not able to swim. On the northwest side, the CDO Wash is also very active. Let's get the latest now from KOLD News 13's Mauricio Marin. Mauricio.
The water's still raging at this hour in the CDO Wash. I'm here at Overton Road. You can see behind me the water still raging there. At the same time, crews are working to clean up the mess left on roadways right here. Overton Road at the CDO Wash is just one of several roads closed right now because of flooding from rain we've seen all day. It's also left the Canada de Loro Wash very full with water moving quickly. Where the CDO Wash meets La Troy, we saw trees getting uprooted and washed away by the raging water. The water level several feet high, even looking like waves because of how fast it's moving in the wash. I talked with someone who lives nearby. She says she's lived here for 30 years and has never seen the water level so high. The water doing some damage. Even a part of the bike path next to the wash got taken out by the rushing water. Right now, lots of people having to find other ways to get home because of the debris road. Crews are still working to clean up. Authorities say this road won't open anytime soon. They're still waiting for the water level to subside. Then they have to go in, clean the road and the wash before they can let cars drive through. That's very latest from the northwest side. Mauricio Marin, KOLD News 13, live, local, late breaking.
Thanks, Mauricio. And a dramatic rescue on the northwest side. This one in the area of Oracle and Rudisill. As you can see, that red car surrounded by rushing water and a man trapped inside. Northwest fire crews had to bring out the heavy equipment to make this rescue. KOLD News 13's Barb Grijalva is live with the story. Barb.
And Dan, you know, there's a whole lot going on here at Rudisill between Oracle and First. After the waters receded, this is what Pima County found. A lot of the shoulder of the road is gone. I'm standing on this concrete. It should go all the way back to there, but it's gone. There's even a street sign in the hole. That noise you're hearing right now is a tow truck showing up. I think he's going to come to try to get this BMW out of the water. We're going to take a look around these trees. There's the BMW that you were talking about. Dan, you used the word dramatic, and it is right. It may sound like a cliche, but in this case, it's okay to say a man is lucky to be alive tonight. And it's not only because he was washed away down a flooded wash. This is what his car looked like just moments after Northwest firefighters rescued him. The car was totally submerged. Moments before, Northwest fire crews used heavy equipment and their skills to get the man out of his car to safety. Firefighters say the man had been driving down Rudisill, believed he could make it across the wash. The rushing water pushed him and his car off the road and into the wash. Fortunately, his sedan got caught up in the brush and trees in the wash and was not washed far off the road. but it was too dangerous for him to make it to safety on his own, and here's how the rescuers did it.
We had a rope in place that stabilized us, and we walked over to him. Past it, we had to smash his window to get to past some equipment because he couldn't get his windows down anymore. We were able to pull him out through the window. We couldn't get the doors open, and we secured a life vest on him and a helmet and walked him over to the shore.
Unbelievably, as you look at that car, that man who was in that car is okay. Now, there were no barricades on this road. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we're going to have more on that rescue. See some more of that video. In the meantime, the tow truck operator is here. He's trying to figure out how he's going to get this car out of this wash. It was a nice BMW at one time, so, you know, you just don't want to take your chances on these flooded roads. Reporting live from the northwest side, Barbara Grijalva, KOLD News 13, live, locally breaking.
All right. Thanks so much, Barb. Just incredible to see, in a very dynamic situation out there still right now. So I hope everything goes okay. Now, the bad weather, we should let you know, has been causing a lot of cancellations. Pima Community College says that all of its campuses are actually closed for the evening, and they are canceling night classes. Now, we don't have any word yet on tomorrow's classes, but of course we will continue to keep you updated. Now, this same storm system is making it the wettest day ever in Phoenix. More than 3 inches of rain have fallen, and drivers have been getting the worst of it. Take a look at all these cars stuck on I-10 at 43rd Avenue in Phoenix. Authorities have been making several water rescues, as you can imagine, but we don't have any reports of any serious injuries from this. Now, here is another look at the flooding as it turns parking lots into lakes. Elsewhere, water is crossing over more roads and trapping more cars. Many schools even canceled classes in the Phoenix area today. And that heavy rain also caused a roof to partially cave in at a Fry's grocery store. This is in Tempe. Governor Jan Brewer, as we told you, is declaring a statewide emergency. Now, that activates the state's emergency response and recovery plan. She's also been telling non-essential state workers to stay home off the roads.
And Teresa, we are getting many more pictures from today's flooding and rain. You can check out some of the See It, Snap It, Send It pictures and videos that are coming into us to TucsonNewsNow.com. You are helping us cover the story as it happens. We've gotten a lot of pictures of flooded streets and backyards, along with heavy rain coming down all across the city. We have a slideshow of the best that is a link from our front page. And we're continuing to track the monsoon on air and online. You can check out our special page at TucsonNewsNow.com. You'll find live interactive radar and an online chat with our weather team, including Kevin Jeans. You can also tweet us weather photos and videos by tweeting them to @TucsonNewsNow with the hashtag KOLD Monsoon.
And still to come, speaking of all this rain, heavy rain invades a school in Midtown. Up next, the big problems that the water's causing for some local classes.
I'm Dan Maries.
And I'm Teresa John. You're watching KOLD News 13 live at 5. And don't forget our mobile weather app when you're out and about. Download it from your app store. Dan's got it handy dandy all the time.
All the time.
It's very useful. You can have live interactive radar to see if storms are in your neighborhood. Also get severe weather alerts and warnings right at your fingertips. Just search for Tucson News Now, all one word, in the App Store. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. The high water isn't just causing problems on our streets and washes. A Midtown school has water in its classrooms. This is going on at the Faith Lutheran School. That's near 5th and Alvernon. KOLD News 13's Bud Foster is live with the latest. Bud.
Well, yeah, Dan, there's just a little bit of water left here at 5th and Longfellow. It's just a little bit east of Alvernon, slowing traffic down just a little bit, but it was a raging river earlier today. It rained very, very hard here. Kevin Jeans went through the rain gauges, determined it was about 2.5 inches in here in about an hour and a half. That's a lot of water for any area to handle, and the folks here said they've never seen it rain so hard. And this is the result. Let me show you this picture here. This was taken by Stephanie. She didn't want me to use her last name. She took it this morning of a police officer. That officer, Dave Ortiz, was carrying a baby out of a car which was stranded at 5th and Longfellow. Now, there were several cars that were stranded here. There were 3 people in the car altogether. They all got out safely, in part because of Ortiz. And she says, Stephanie says, she was in tears watching this rescue.
Well, the officer waded, put on cables and waded into the water. It was about knee-high, an officer, and he had a baby in his arms walking out.
And what did you think at that time, Stephanie?
Oh, it made me cry. There had been a baby sitting in that car, stranded in the middle of the intersection for half an hour.
And everyone got out safely. Now, meantime, on this very same corner, the Faith Lutheran School had to be closed because so much water ran through the parking lot and into 3 classrooms. 60 kids from kindergarten through 6th grade go to school here. There were also about 60 grandparents here as well for Grandparents' Day. The school said they had some construction people in here just a few weeks ago looking for ways to keep water out of the school. No doubt after today that work will be done. They're assessing the damage right now to see when classes may get up and going again. Too soon to know right now. The principal said that they were in the chapel. It started raining at about 9:30 this morning. It took about an hour for the parking lot to fill up, became a swimming pool. All that water rushed into the classrooms. There's considerable damage there. At this point, they don't know when classes will start again here. We'll have more on that flooding and more on the rescue for you coming up on KOLD News 13 at 6. At 5th and Alvernon, I'm Bud Foster, KOLD News 13, live local late breaking.
What a mess. All right, thanks a lot, Bud. We are covering some late breaking news from north of Tucson. The Pima County Search and Rescue Team is trying to find 3 women. They were supposed to go hiking up at Romero Pools this afternoon. They apparently got trapped by flowing water. So now the sheriff's helicopter is trying to find those women, and the PCSO is trying to decide what to do if they're going to fly them out. But first, they have to locate them. So a manhunt is underway for 3 missing women in the area of Romero Pools. Kevin. And we will be right.
I'm J.D. Wallace, live on the Santa Cruz River where Congress crosses. Take a look to the left here. Just moments ago, Tucson police cleared the bank, so you can see no more police presence, no more police tape keeping pedestrians away from the banks here. So once again, these areas are open to people. However, if you take a look in the Santa Cruz, you can see there's still plenty of fast-moving water as we speak. And of course, that should always be treated with respect, whether it be here or in the streets as you're driving around this evening. So keep that in mind. However, should any conditions change, we'll keep you updated on TucsonNewsNow.com as well as our mobile app and our social media. Reporting live near downtown, J.D. Wallace, KOLD News 13, live local late breaking.
Live, local, late breaking. This is your first alert forecast.
All right, good afternoon. Been an active day today. A lot of rain this morning. Now things starting to quiet down, but we're still talking about the water in the washes, the rivers, and on the roads you need to watch out for. Right now, though, on First Alert Doppler Live, most of the rain moving east of Tucson. It's been out of Tucson for the last couple of hours. It's still across Cochise County. You look to the left, though, on the left side of your screen, and that is what used to be Tropical Storm Norbert, but still the moisture that we've had at the upper levels. This has moved in and really brought in some torrential rain with it. This is why that we had such high rain totals today. It's all because of the tropical cyclone that was out in the eastern Pacific. That continues to fall apart, but we still have the moisture, the humidity in place for us tonight. Possibly getting a few more showers tonight, but overall, the heaviest of the rain we're pretty much done with, but we're still dealing with a little bit of light to moderate rain now from Pierce to the east near Bowie and over the northeastern corner of Cochise County. Some rain totals today really have ranged in a big way, but over the last 24 hours, and this number could still go up around Pierce, but this is just a rough estimate by an area. These aren't specific rain totals, but around Sierra Vista, Huachuca City, and Hereford earlier today, anywhere maybe between 1 to 2 inches. Now around Tucson, highest rain totals have been on the north side, 3 to 4 inches around Oro Valley. This is why the CDO is still a big concern for us this evening, and that's why it was as high as it was, or the water levels were earlier this afternoon. 2 to 3 inches around Midtown, 1 to 2 inches along the south side, so plenty of rain today. And our dew point numbers are very high. We're in the upper 60s now, and so it is going to be another muggy kind of night. The temperatures in the upper 70s in Tucson, 79 degrees, 68 in Sierra Vista. So throughout this evening, the chance of rain in Tucson fairly low, but we could still have maybe another shower later tonight. It'd be pretty much an isolated event. That storm chances won't come back again until tomorrow. We'll have another chance of thunderstorms, not as widespread. Doesn't look like tomorrow's going to be as active of a day that today has been, but we could still get a few isolated thunderstorms that do produce heavy rain. This is 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. More likely in the middle part of the day through the afternoon tomorrow. Today we had a lot of the rain in the morning. Tomorrow, I think midday, afternoon, the more traditional timing for the monsoon. So isolated showers and thunderstorms still possible again tomorrow. There are rain chances much lower because we don't think the coverage area is going to be as high as it has been for us today. But again, tomorrow afternoon and evening, about a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Muggy overnight tonight. Temperatures in the mid-60s around Santa Cruz County, 63 degrees in Sonora and 65 Sierra Vista. Daytime highs tomorrow, 83 degrees in Douglas. It'll be around the upper 80s. Not too hot for us. Green Valley, 3 points in Vail. And around Tucson, highs will be around 90 degrees for afternoon temperatures. So as we go through the rest of the week, our temperatures will be going up, but our rain chances will be going down. That'll be the humidity dropping as we get drier air moving in from the west later on tomorrow and throughout Wednesday, Thursday. Much drier conditions then. Temperatures up to the upper 90s by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Just a 10% chance of rain going into this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of next week. We're coming right back. Stay with us. We'll still be careful on the roads and watch out near the washes. Could still be water on the roads this evening. Another chance of rain tomorrow. Don't think it'll be a repeat of today, but could have some heavy thunderstorms tomorrow. See you at 6.
Download the Tucson News Now mobile app and you'll never be without news. From TucsonNewsNow.com, right here in the palm of your hand.
Sponsored by the Humane Society of Southern Arizona, celebrating 70 years of helping pets and the people who love them. For all